For the very latest news from Thailand, this is the Fabulous Pattaya Media Group. If you could like and subscribe, well, that would be amazing. Thank you so much. 54 Thai provinces are seeing high levels of smog this week, the worst being in the north and Chiang Rai. With the smog blanketing much of the north, it also extends to the whole of Isan, central and parts of eastern Thailand. Good news perhaps, though, as the weekend is forecast to see strong winds and storms in many places, which usually washes the haze from the sky. The second son of His Majesty the King of Thailand is once again on Thai soil, visiting for the third time in under a year and posting his arrival on social media. Known by the nickname Tan Ong, a lawyer, he's an extremely popular gentleman who's grown up in the US following years in the UK. LSD, the hallucinogenic drug popular in the 60s, is becoming more available here, seeing the Department of Medical Services issuing a warning about the dangers associated with the so-called death stamps. Those essentially are pieces of blotting paper soaked in the drug that can induce a so-called trip that can last for half a day. Often cheap to buy, concern has been raised that it'll be sold not only to users, but also to school-aged children. In Manchester, England, a 27-year-old drug mule has seen his day in court after being nabbed with 66 pounds of cannabis in his luggage. Brazen for sure. He was flying in from Thailand and claimed that he was paid just 90,000 baht by his overseers. Now, it's likely that authorities were tipped off prior to his arrival, but either way, he faces a far shorter jail term than he would have received if caught here. The court sentenced him to 14 months. Here, that would have been a life sentence, as is likely to be seen by a Chinese man caught at the main airport in Bangkok with 7 pounds of heroin. As updates on the 2 alleged assaults by Swiss expats here hit the wires, so it's becoming increasingly evident that Thai nationals have simply had enough of non-Thai related crimes, which until the advent of social media certainly existed but often went unpunished. As one Thai has pointed out to us, how would you feel if your country was overrun with tourists, with many looking down on the locals? Either way, the latest on the unrelated and undynamic duo is that despite bail being set for a 62-year-old Dita Matthias Tauman at a nominal 50,000 baht, and his estranged wife offering to cover that, he, the man accused of attacking an elderly, invalided Thai lady in a supermarket in Trang, has rejected her offer, along with any contact from his own embassy, and according to police prefers to remain in a Thai jail. That alone should indicate that he needs the aid of professionals, but perhaps deservedly remains behind bars pending a trial which could be months away. He at least currently retains his visa though, unlike fellow countryman Orsfer, who allegedly attacked and swore profusely at a Thai sat quietly on a beach near his rented home before kicking her. In his case, following a request from the Phuket's governor's office, immigration complied and cancelled the remaining few days of his visa, leaving him then at the mercy of the courts, who may recommend him for a defendant's visa, allowing him to stay in Thailand just until his case is heard. At home, a local 60-year-old expat, Sal Ashton, paid his way out with cash, medical bill payment and a public apology, after throwing a glass at a woman he didn't even know who was petting noisy dogs that annoyed him. It's best to remain polite here as we would elsewhere, as crime hotlines have been awash with fresh reports of expats behaving badly. In the past week, 18 Vietnamese have been arrested, reportedly running an online gambling operation. On Phuket, 2 Russians were arrested on charges of solicitation, a Romanian for acting as a tour operator, 3 Russians running car rental companies without permits, an Australian on an overstay who skipped on nearly 200,000 bahts worth of medical bills, a British national along with 3 Burmese working without permits, the American owner of an unregistered kindergarten, 2 other Russians, one a dealer and the other working illegally, an Australian in possession of illegal drugs, and, well, the list is endless. Proof positive that it's time to work harder at complying with the law here. No one's above it, so we're reminded, and with many crimes being reported across the country, 2 hotlines by concerned members of the public, that alone should be a wake-up call. Meanwhile at home in Ban Burn, police raided a home arresting 3 Thais in possession of guns and drugs. After a tip-off, all remain in police custody. Drunk at the wheel A female taxi driver ploughed into two parked vehicles on Khao Talo yesterday before dawn, seeing Nong Pru police carting her off as owners checked the damage. After hitting both vehicles, she came to a halt when her cab ended up crashing into a bar front. According to those at the scene, she told police that she'd taken her eye off the road as she argued with her partner. And good news for those looking to find out more about local venues, as this weekend sees the launch of a separate video from our group featuring Megan visiting different tourist attractions. This week, she's finding out more about bungee jumping and investigates the safety aspect of jumping off a tower with just an elastic band to keep you safe. And with the Met Office promising highs today of 32 degrees dropping down to 28, with the same predicted over the weekend, and for all 3 days a blend of sunshine and cloud with a couple of showers. Local and national news today from Fabulous 103 FM and Fabulous Pattaya Media Group. And to get a notification every time we release another bulletin or programme, like and subscribe to our channel, Fabulous Pattaya Media Group, by using the link below.